All right. Um, yeah, so my theme for the day today is spirals, spiraling, and undulating. So finding freedom through spiraling and undulating in our bodies, which we're going to also do all our regular fitness stuff. Um, okay, but let's start with breathing. Standing up, inhale, open up, expand, get bigger, and exhale, release and soften, let go. Inhale, stretching out and up. Take as long, for some reason, it really feels good for me just to stay up here and really reach into that. So, letting go whenever you need to. Your timing may be different than mine. Inhale, open. Yeah, I just feel like, I don't know, some part of my body, maybe my upper lungs or my arms need this lift. Oh, it feels so good. Exhale and release and inhale. Open it up. Reach, 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 long, tall, and then exhale, let it go. So let's just work with these spirals right away. So I'm just going to spiral internally rotating, externally rotating, letting that go from my fingertips through the bones, muscles, and fascia of my arm, right up into my rotator cuff, thinking of that going in through my collarbone and my scapula, all the way into my ribcage, lungs, heart. So it's all that fascia, all that tissue getting this really three-dimensional spiraling, right? Twisting in and out. And we'll add a cat-cow to that, and we'll also go with the legs. It's going to be an internal rotation and an external rotation. Right now, I'm just going to keep my hands low. I'll pick them up in a minute. Open it up. Exhale. Internally rotate. Externally rotate. Internal rotation. External rotation. If it's too much to manage the arms and the legs at the same time, then just do one or the other. But let's take the arms up higher. So we're up in this sort of X shape. And let's just go parallel to start. Internally rotate, externally rotate. Yeah, standing on my mat on the carpet was just giving me a little bit of balance stuff. So now I'm going to turn in, open, turn out. Exhale. So I'm hollowing and curling. I'm adding this cat-cow as I move with that internal and external rotation in my legs and arms. Woo! Trying not to fall over. And last one, open it up. And then we'll just circle the shoulders. So whatever kind of tension may have come in from that work, just let it release. Easy circles. No big dealio. Just letting it be soft and gentle. Shoulders circling. And then changing direction up and over. Got a little heater going here. I'm actually just going to turn it off. Hopefully you guys aren't picking up that sound, but okay, now, then we're going to work with the undulation. I'm just going to start from the bottom, so I'm going to bend my knees and just do a ripple upwards. Rippling, doesn't have to be big, just something where you feel like this little bend and then a wave is coming up your body. And if it's possible, free up your head. So from easy and loose, just trying to find that wave through your body. We're also going to do it side to side. How do we want to do that? Let's do it with the head. Head initiates the movement. Little Axl Rose, Stevie Wonder, ripple through your body with a weight shift. And making it as relaxed as possible. So all of this spinal movement, the tissue, the fluids of your body just moving back and forth. And then we're going to add like an arm spiral. So arm is going to spiral internally rotating. If that's too much to think about, and if you feel like, what is going on? This feels really awkward, then just make it easier. It could be less. You could just do this internal rotation spiral with the arm, right? That's just like you're, yeah, wrapping around the inside of something with your arm. Good. And so one thing that we talk about in the Laban work is this relationship between your not your collarbone, your scapula and your pinky, this relationship of the base of your scapula. So if you can, reach around, see if you can find the base of your scapula. If you move it a little bit, it might be easier to find. So thinking of that as sort of a foundational support for your arm all the way out through your pinky. I like to add the collarbone to that. So this whole system of bones, fascia, fluids is all working together. You can try it on the other side. Just find your scapula, move your arm around so you can feel how when your arm moves, your scapula moves. Sometimes we kind of think rigidly about our posture that I got to pull my shoulders down, it becomes this rigid, not moving thing. Think of this as alive. So again, there's that possibility for undulation. So let's just do some movement through your torso, really free flow movement where you are going to let go of any kind of rigid patterning about what you should look like and just allow your body to move, almost like you are a fog or some fire or water, like all of these sort of gaseous ideas, fire, water. Just give yourself some fluidity from your torso through your arms, spiraling, undulating, maybe even your head, right? And then let's come into something really a plain and basic pattern of just turning your head from one side to the other, taking in the environment, seeing what's around you, but not reaching out to it. Like you don't have to make an effort to see, you're just allowing it to come into your eyes. So we're spiraling our neck here, right? And as we're spiraling our neck, just see how far down your back you feel the movement of that spiral, or how far down your front you feel the movement, and start to just exaggerate it a little bit more. So you're going to feel more of your spine spiraling, more of your torso spiraling, like you're looking around to see what's behind you, really using your eyeballs, not in a super active way, but in a, oh, I'm noticing the vision is coming in. That's it. And then let's just let that move all the way into our twists. So arms are going to be very free flow, allowing the arms just to fling out, moving around your body and breathing into that in any way that feels good to you, right? So we've got a huge spiral going through our whole body pretty much. And we can play with this by flexing the foot, turning towards it so it's a weight shift with the flex, a little more sort of qigong version of this twist. Or we can do it where we're just standing right in the middle and our weight isn't shifting that much. Or we can do sort of like, I like to call it the golf version, where you turn in and pivot. I'm just seeing if there's tension in your body as you're doing that, invite it like to shake out. Like, when the dog comes out of the water and shakes off its fur, think of that, like your arms are just shaking out any tension out of your body. Jaw, neck, and throat relaxed. And then release that. Bring it in. Little bounce up and down. Little letting it all go in whatever way feels good to you. We're going to take it down to the floor. And I think I'm just going to move this so that I'm on an angle. Aim this down. And come onto the floor. And we'll play with this internal external rotation. Let's just go all the way down for a second. Yeah, my back needs a release down here. So we're going to start with just dropping down one side and then the other. We're going to come back up and do the internal external rotation in a minute. Although this is allowing one leg to sort of internally rotate, like I can take that in a little deeper. I just needed to roll through my back for a minute. Yeah, sometimes when I do a lot of those twists that are really emphasizing sort of the upper body twisting, I need to balance it out with the lower body also twisting in this kind of spiral. And it feels really good. Okay, then we're going to just do the undulation with a heel rock. So heels into your mat, digging in and sending a ripple and wave up and down through your body. If you feel like your body's not moving very much, just exaggerate it, fake it, make it bigger, breathe into it. Relax your neck, head, throat, letting this ripple of movement move up and down through your body like a wave. And then release that and internally, externally rotate your legs. So that's that inner outer spiral. And then bring them up. We're going to circle the knees, circling our femur head, our thigh bone in the hip socket. So this is like the anti-hip replacement exercise, just helping with the integrity of that joint by moving in a circle or a sort of rounded shape, like the ball and socket joint of your hip, your femur head is coming in here into this little ball, loves round movement. And then change direction other way. This is also going to release your lower back a little bit. So as I'm doing it, this is giving me a massage through my sacrum, a little bit through my lumbar, and a little bit through my sacroiliac. So let's add that a little bit more. I'm just going to open my legs out to the side and then rock across. Now, if I was on a really hard floor, then it's going to affect the fascia more. You're going to have more compression in the tissue. I am on a mat on a carpet, and even under this carpet, there's like a little carpet, whatever, floor rubbery thing. So I got a lot of cushion, which normally I would want less than that. But today it's kind of cold, so that's why I decided that the carpet would be good. All right, let's get back to where we were. Just taking your arms up over your head, deep breath in, get really long. Reach up. Actually, let's, in this position, just let your rib cage and lungs pop and then sort of bring it back in. So I'm letting them pop out, letting my back kind of arch, and then I'm like bringing it together. And inhaling, letting it pop, and exhale. The word knitting the ribs. In a weird way, I really hate that idea of knitting the ribs, but at the same time, like if we're letting it go in both directions, I think it's okay. So we're opening and closing. Right? We want our rib cage and lungs to have lots of mobility, lots of diverse movement in different directions. All right, let's come back in, get back to that stretch. Reach it out, exhale, rolling up. We're going to come all the way up. Inhale up and exhale. Let's go all the way down. At the bottom, let's stretch the whole thing out. Inhale, reach long, exhale. Bending your knees, inhale. Lift and open, exhale, rolling down through your spine, inhale, stretching it out, exhale, bend, inhale. So this movement is really in the sagittal plane, the wheel plane. Exhale, we have our forward, backward with some up, down. We're going to change it on the next one. You're going to exhale up, just take your arms forward, then we're going to open through the horizontal with that spiral. Exhale, bring it back in, take it down. Stretch it out through the sagittal plane, coming up, opening through the horizontal plane, and bringing it in. Inhale, stretch and reach it long. Exhale, up. Inhale, spiral open. Exhale. Reach out through your legs, reach out through your arms. Bend your knees. Inhale, open. Exhale. If you're having problems rolling all the way down, you can always just come down to here, wait, and then come back up. That's always an option. Inhale. Stretch it out. Exhale. Inhale, open. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Open it up. Bring it through. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Stretch it out. Bring it up. Open. Close. Last one. Reach it long. Bring it up. Open it out and come in. Hands behind you on the floor. Pressing up. Inhale, lift. Exhale, either just down to here or tabletop all the way back. Up to you. Inhale, exhale. If you can hold your butt above the floor and roll back and forth, you're going to work a little bit more in your core, but maybe your arms aren't that long and you kind of come down. But also this is how much can you push? Like, right, we're mobilizing our scapula as we do that. Inhale, exhale. So don't think about locking your scapula, also known as your shoulder blades, on your back. Think about them having some freedom. 2 more. Last one. Stay up. We're going to stay here and bring your feet a little closer together. You're going to do a little march, one leg and then the other. You're going to probably feel your hamstrings firing up. Try to keep your pelvis high. Pushing the floor away. If you need to come down onto your shoulders, you can do that. In a minute, we're just going to repeat this down on our shoulders anyway. 4 more. 3. Pushing. 2. Last one. Take it down. Take your hands on your knees. Just curl round your spine. And then all the way down to the floor. Big deep breath. Let's just do a little undulation here, just pushing with your feet, letting that ripple through your spine, waving like a wave in the ocean, letting that watery movement move through your body. Jaw, neck, and tongue relaxed. And then coming in, hands down by your sides, walking your feet in a little bit more if you need to. So like I could touch my heels. Pressing up, again, feet fairly close together. We're going to do that little thigh lift march up and down, and just keeping my knee bent and thinking of that leg just arcing up into space, like it's floating up there on its own. And I'm pushing with the standing leg into the floor. So standing leg pushes, top leg lifts. Probably we are working our psoas. Probably we're also working our hip flexors a little bit. Don't overwork your core, your abs. Just let them do whatever they need to. Don't do any extra clenching. But really think about pushing the floor away with the standing leg. 4 more, 3, 2, last one, and take it down. Let's just ripple our spine a little bit. Again, undulate through the spine. Try to let that go all the way up to your head. So there's freedom through the neck, chest, jaw, lungs, heart, organs, mobilizing. Let's do one more thing here before we do our stretch. We're going to press up and circle our pelvis around. Circles as big or small as feels good. I'm going for a pretty big range of motion here right now since my back is warmed up, and also I want to change direction. I want to get blood flow, energy flow through my lower back. I'm just working it a little bit more. So it tends to be these parts of our bodies that are really densely fascia, like the big bandy, the big bandy kinds of fascia, like what's coming into our lower back. There's usually not as much like blood flow, like as in a muscle, there's tons of blood flow. So in those parts that have less, we want to like work by compression, rolling across it, movement to hydrate that tissue. All right, let's take a big happy baby pose and imagine that we are happy babies. Just at that age where they learn to grab onto their feet and get into this position, right? Letting your body just move in whatever way feels good. And then just give it a shake, 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 shake. And we're going to just internally, externally rotate arms and legs here. So again, inner spiral, outer spiral. And I'm letting my knees bend, my feet are flexing. I could keep them straight, I could point, right? But I want to have a little more freedom in it. So I'm going to free up my hands, my feet, and allow my arms and legs to have some undulation and some internal and external rotation. So we've got spiraling and undulation just in a free form pattern, allowing your body to move in whatever way feels interesting. So like we're taught so often, it should be like this, it should be like that. Break all the rules, let yourself listen in. Yeah, I'm letting my spine spiral, allowing this undulation through my torso, through my arms. I don't know if my legs really undulate that well by themselves. Hard to say. And then let's release that. And we're going to come to some internal rotation. So spiraling in one leg and then the other. Breathing, freeing up the rib cage and lungs as we move. And you can let it move, right? It can expand in the front. It can come in. You can breathe more into the back. Play with it. So you are learning, what can it do? What feels good? Sometimes it feels really good to get this archy open pattern in the front. And I feel like so much of dance and Pilates has been like, shut the front of your ribs, tighten it in. It's like, but then I'm not allowing this expansive expression, right? So don't just shut the front of your ribs. Let them really open as well. right? That's going to affect your liver. It's going to affect your stomach. It's going to affect your, oh, what is it up here? Is it your spleen? I don't know. Something else, the stuff on the other side, right? Just letting that have some movement so that, and certainly your diaphragm. So we don't want our diaphragm, and I've seen it in a cadaver, we don't want our diaphragm and the organs underneath forming adhesions between them. They should have sliding surfaces. If there are adhesions, it means there's a definite lack of movement happening in there. And the lack of movement on a surface that should be a sliding surface means stagnation, right? It's going to be unhealthy, unhealthier than if it could slide against itself. So the movement of the diaphragm with the organs underneath is kind of like a wet balloon sliding against another wet balloon. All right, let's do this 1, 2, 3 circle around thing. It's kind of like this mixture of Pilates and gyro. You're going to have 1, 2, 3, and the legs circle out and around. 1, 2, 3. I'm going to flex on the circle out. 1, 2, 3. Legs circling. The legs together are making a spiral, right? 1, 2, 3. Spiraling. 1, 2, 3. Spiral. 1. And I'm really going for getting a stretch as I pull that leg in. 2, 3. That's why I'm kind of going a little slower. So I'm giving myself time to get that stretch. 2, 3. Just keeping on breathing. Try not to hold your breath. 1, 2, 3. Circle it out. One more time each side. 1. You can also drop your head down. If you feel like you're getting too much tension in your shoulders or in your neck, drop it down. Last set. 1, 2, 3. Open it out. Shake it out. Let it go. Release your spine, head, tail, everything free. See if you can just undulate in a free form manner. So it doesn't have to just be this upper lower sort of in the vertical sagittal, but it can have side-sideness. You can throw in some of that, giving your whole central channel freedom to move. So from the fontanelle, the little hole that babies have in the top of their head, down out through your pelvic floor, free up that whole channel. Maybe down through your legs, arch, curl, mobilize, let the ribs pop out, maybe bring them in, feel into that. Letting yourself have some freedom in your body, maybe a little shake. Can you shake it on the floor? Right? When we can't shake something, usually there's some tension holding or grabbing. So shake it out, shake it out, shake it out. Relax your neck, tongue, and throat. And let's just do the head twist again, turning your head from side to side. Try it with your eyes closed, just feeling into your body, letting your head, neck, and jaw really be easy and loose. And then also try it with your eyes open, just feeling the difference of what happens with your eyes open compared to your eyes closed. Like listen into your sort of level of tension or your energetic level with eyes open and eyes closed, feeling into sort of the subtle shift as you change that. You can go back and forth a few times. If you're having any kind of crick in your neck or anything like that, just make this way smaller. Make sure you've relaxed your jaw. So small is just as effective as big. Sometimes it's more effective, right? Sometimes just subtle things allow us to really feel as opposed to these big, huge things that we're doing. All right, I wanted to do one more thing because I wanted to do that pelvic lift with a spiral. So we're going to do it kind of easy. You're just going to bring one leg down, press up, and then come in over to the other side, pressing it up and coming down, pressing it up and down, up and down. So we're having this little spiral in our spine. We're having some internal and external rotation in our legs, maybe more external rotation and then coming to parallel. If you want, you can try internal rotation, see what happens. Yeah, I feel like the best way to learn about your body is just try different things. Things that I've been really averse to at certain points in my life, later on I've loved, and vice versa. Things I've totally loved, later on I'm like, not so into that anymore. There's space for all of it. Let's do another happy baby. Seeing if you can find different ways to play your baby, something new. And then we're going to take our knees together and make circles. So massaging out your lower back, letting that massage out your sacrum, and then changing direction other way. Letting go, breathing, easy in your body. Let's do one more thing down here, contralateral movement. Let's do it with your knee coming all the way in, and then make the switch, and then reach the leg out, coming in, reach it out, coming all the way in, and then opening up, in and open, in and open, in. If your feet are cramping at all, just either flex them or relax them. For some reason, I'm really into pointing my feet today. And then we're going to skip that. Just let it go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Relax it down. Free up your body. Add some undulation, some free flow. So I've talked about this a lot, but if you've never taken my class before, if you're new to me, we want to think that our muscles have, not just our muscles, our whole tension pattern. We can be engaged and sort of contracted. Our muscles contract when we engage them like that. We can also be stretched out and open, elongated, but we can also come into a place in the middle where we're neutral. And I feel like after we've stretched, we want to come back to neutral before we engage. After we've engaged, we want to go to neutral before we stretch. So just these little flows are really designed to take the tension out or to bring the tissue back into an accessible place where you're now ready to go to the next place. Like if I'm super stretched out, it's not easy to engage my muscles. If I'm super engaged, it's not easy to stretch out. We want to come to a neutral in the middle that's very neutral. And like as we live our lives, the more relaxed we can be in our bodies, the more relaxed our neutral can be. All right, let's roll back and forth, rolling through your spine. Oh, and I mean, I'm a pretty activated person, right? Like I have a lot of energy, I've got a lot of fire, I've got a lot of air. Um, so yeah, like we're gonna have different levels of relaxed and upregulated, excited. That could also translate for some people as being really anxious, maybe downregulated, more calm, slower is a better place more often. But I think we want to just start noticing, oh, this really upregulates me, or this kind of downregulates me, or this helps me find a balance. Yeah, I feel like good movement classes that are, I don't know, they should give you a little bit of both. That's such a broad statement. But like something that you're going to do on a regular basis should take you through a few different patterns in your nervous system. Let's come up onto our elbows, top hand up. We're going to make big arm circles, following our hand with our eyes. So that's a big spiral through the arm. You can let the tissue really spiral, 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 spiral. And let's try spiraling the other way, opening it out, letting the tissue spiral. So I'm internally rotating, internally rotating, internally rotating. It feels like each time I can go a little further in that internal rotation. Let's just change it one more time. Opening out, spiraling out, spiraling out, and then in one more time, spiraling in, spiraling in, spiraling in, flipping it over to the other side as gracefully or non-gracefully as you want as we do that switch. So I'm spiraling out. Am I spiraling out? For some reason, I'm spiraling in. Opening. Well, I feel really weird on this side, so I seem to be doing it differently. Spiraling in, spiraling in, spiraling in, spiraling out, spiraling out, spiraling out. What if I go the other way? I spiral out as I'm coming in. See, that's the thing. We can try these things in different ways. And then I spiral in as I'm going the other way. Break all the rules. Try it in both directions. one of the ways on my other side felt really natural, and then on this side, I feel like it was the exact opposite. All right, coming up. And it's like that, you know, everything isn't the same on both sides of our bodies. Like our organs are different, our dominance is different. All right, let's do a undulation from here. So we're going to go head through the chest, through the tail. Head, chest, tail. You can relax your feet or not, whatever feels good to you. You can also take your hands behind you and try it up here, right? Adding this undulation through the spine. If you're more open, take it down, lift up. So if you're more open, or even if you're not, now I'm going to add the feet. I'm going to point and I'm going to kind of bring myself in as I go down and out. Then I'm going to radiate outward. I'm going to flex through my feet. I'm going to arch and open. So I'm going to come a little bit closing in as the back of my body opens. I round down. Then I'm going to reach out and open the front of my body. It closes in slightly, round and curl. Reach it out and open. Hollow. Reach it out and open. Last one, up and over the top, round your spine. Take it down, open it up. Let's take it over to the side, hollow and curl, and then inhale, open. So we're spiraling through the spine as we move down toward the leg. Arch and open. Exhale, inhale, open it up. I'm just adding my feet for the fun of it, taking it down and open. And one more, down. And let's take this one all the way up and over to the other side. Hollow down and open it up. I think I'm changing the pattern of what I'm doing with my feet on this side. Inhale, open. Exhale, down, but maybe I'm not. Inhale, open. So for all you perfectionists out there, rewind and find out. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. And inhale, two more. Exhale. Inhale, last one. Down towards your leg. Inhale and come up. So the thing, like being in the flow and being a perfectionist are really the two opposite ends of the spectrum. Like I can't really be present in feeling into my body and be trying to impose perfectionism from the outside. So like to be in it and to really feel what's going on, I'm not looking for perfect. I'm just looking for sensation. I'm just trying to be present in there. If I come from the outside and try and impose perfection, which I do sometimes, like that happens too. And life is a balance of these two different things, but that's a very different feeling. And that tends to cause more tension in my body than when I'm in it going, what's this? What's happening here? I can't be in the question and the answer at the same time, right? It's like, oh, well, this is interesting. And when I'm in the question, in the inquiry, it's very open. There's all this possibility. Maybe there's an answer, there's an answer, there's an answer, but I'm not locking on to one answer. Let's bring our legs together, shake it out, rotate in and out. Take a little walk forward, forward fold, surrender, let go, and then come up. Yeah, because if you're in the answer, you're not in the question. If you're in the question, you can't find there isn't an answer, or the answer comes and then it goes, and then there's another question and another answer. All right, so let's come into center onto a forearm plank. We're going to push forward and take it back. Head forward, heels back. Feeling the length of your body, upper versus lower. We could try a little undulation there. Undulating in whatever way that happens. It could go head down to tail. Good, and relax it down. Let's lift and lower, round your spine, and come up. You're going to lift, reach it out and up, come down. So slightly different than the way we often do this, where you're going to lift your legs. This time you're not going to lift your legs. You're just going to straighten your arms a little bit. Take it down, look through. So we're rolling up through the spine, lifting, then we're rolling down through the spine, looking at the knees. Basically, this is an undulation. Last one. Let's take it all the way down. Bend your knees, add the spiral. Lower back, soft and easy. Relax your butt, relax your feet. Find your breath. Let's come in. Another different undulation, just pushing up and down. I gotta get my toes on the mat. Pushing up and down, letting your body be fluid. So this may be a smaller undulation, more on a tissue level, more on a fluid level, maybe not quite so global in the bones, but it is happening. It's just happening a little more subtly. Relax and soften. And then we're going to take the arms out in front, opposite arm's leg. Inhale and exhale. Use your breath. Up and down. Inhale. And bring it in. Let it go. Shake it out. Let's open up into a wider X. Same thing. Up and down. It may be more about reaching out in a small lift than going for a big lift. Like lengthen that diagonal, small lift and lower. Lengthen, reach it out and lower. Lengthen. If it feels good to go up higher, go for it. Really up to you. Reach it out. Good. And bring it in. Come to a child's pose for a couple of deep breaths. Thinking of your breath going all the way down into your legs. Just imagine that that's what's happening. And then taking your arms forward, and we're going to make big circles with your hips towards the floor, and then reaching your butt out behind you. So lots of side-side movement, circling around, and change direction. So now, again, we're circling the femur head. We're circling the pelvis on the femur head. So this is very similar to the leg circles, but with a totally different relationship to gravity, and also what part of our body is stable and what part of our body is moving or mobile. And then let's come in, hands a little wider, knees right underneath you, down to the floor and up. Chest, lungs, heart, circling. Let your spine do whatever feels good. And then the other way, same thing. Dipping down, pressing up. Good, and then coming in. Let's just do a hands thing. So if it's okay to be on your knees, but if it doesn't feel good, actually, you know what? Let's do this with weights. If you have weights, grab them. I have 3-pound weights. They're pretty light. I'm just going to bring my hands up, flip them over, take it down. So it's going to be up, spiral, spiral, lower. Up. You could also come up onto your knees or stand, whatever feels good to you. We're going to change it in a minute. We're going to spiral. How's this go? Up, flip it out, open, close, and down. Up, spiral, open, close, spiral, and lower. Up. So this is particularly for people who are spending a lot of time here on their typing, just to get some different type of movement, some really three-dimensional movement in your forearms and in your wrists and even in your hands. Feel this connection into your collarbones and into your scapula. So the scapula and collarbones are really supporting this movement. We're going to add to it a little bit. So you're going to come up, out, reach it out, bring it in, flip it, and come down. So I'm going up, out. My hands are slightly in front of me. I'm not opening behind me, keeping them kind of in front. Oh God, let me start from the beginning. Up, rotate, out, in, rotate, lower. Up, rotate out in the diagonal, bring it in, rotate, lower. Up, rotate, open, in, rotate, lower, up, spiral, out, in, down, up, spiral, out, in, down. 2 more. Up, spiral, open, elbows in. Last one. Up, spiral, out, in, and down. Put your weights down. Just going to take a backstroke, swimming through the space. Yeah, either standing or on your knees, because probably your hands are going to hit the floor. And then you're going to take your hands on your shoulder and swim through the space. So let your rib cage, lungs, and heart and spine move. Let's take the head with it so you're looking towards the back, right? If you're having any kind of rotator cuff injuries, bringing the elbows in is going to make it, or bringing the hands in so you're just mobilizing your elbow. You'll still get that circling movement, but you won't have the extra weight out there. So let's do it the other way, coming with the hands on the shoulders, coming forward like you're paddling along. Good. And then release that, shake it out. And let's come onto our elbows and knees. Let's do a quick time check. Oh yeah, we're coming towards the end of this. So coming to your elbows, look at my light patch because we're totally backlit now. Yeah, the sun is just blasting in. I even closed those blinds, but whatever. Elbows. Hello, sun. One leg out behind you, up and down. Going 1, 2, 3, 4. Long back, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You're going to take your leg up and you're going to rotate out and in, out and in, out and in, out and in, out and in. Switch it to the other leg, up and down for 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Long back, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Leave it up, turn it out, turn it in, out, in, out, in. That is a spiral. And in, out, in, out, in. And bring it down. Take your butt back over your heels. Walk your hands to one side and your butt goes to the opposite side. And just surrender into that. Let go. And then over to the other side, same thing. Bring it back, come up. And we'll finish it off with some hip stretches. So I'm going to do knee over knee. You could do this with your bottom leg straight, like that, or you could fold it in. From here, I'm just going to free up above. So I'm going to allow some undulation, maybe some spiraling, letting my body have some freedom moving up and out of my hips, right? Slowly taking your awareness into sensation in your body. If it feels really painful, slow it down. It's the fall. And like, I don't know, when the weather gets colder for me, my body gets tighter and things hurt more. So I'm like in this adjustment of like, oh, I feel body parts. But think of it as sensation, like not, oh my God, that hurts so much, but like, curious, what's going on here? And then take hot baths and hot showers, followed by cold baths and cold showers, right? Cold training is great. Take it down if you can, melt into it. You can also free up the spine, a little bit of fluid movement, undulation, spiraling in that position. Let it hang and go. Breathing. Gentle mind, gentle body, non-judgmental movement. And come up. I have a ballet teacher in New York. Undo it, shake it out. Her name is Sarah Nice. I haven't taken class with her for a long time, but she was one of my ballet teachers for a very long time. And she used to say, have a moment of independent thought. So when you get into we'll do the other side. Once you get in there, have a moment of independent undulation. Free flow, letting it move in whatever way feels good to you. Yeah, you can stay up for a few breaths. Oh. Sensation. It's just sensation. What am I feeling now? And then feel free to take it down and same thing, let it go. Breathing, softening, melting. What feels free in your body? What feels loose and easy? Yeah, so I can go, oh, my hips feel so tight, or I can go, wow, my neck and shoulders are actually really loose right now. So I can feel into both of those, going back and forth between one awareness and the other one. And then come up and unscramble, give it a little bang, rotate in and out, slide your heels underneath you, take your butt up to the ceiling, let your head hang down, shift from side to side, straight or bent knees, whatever feels good to you. Any combination. If you find something you really like, try changing it into something else and see what that's like. See if you can completely release your neck, let your head totally drop down, no extra control up there. Relax your tongue. So yeah, so I am undulating from side to side through my spine. And then come in, give it a little shake, let it go, rolling all the way up to the top. Deep breath in, inhale, open. Let's just shake it out, shake it out, shake it out. Letting go. Again, inhale. Expansive, fill up. Shake, 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 let it go. And last one, deep breath in. Open it up. And exhale, just feeling into your body now, feeling what your body feels like now compared to when you started. If you follow me at all in TV land, please like, subscribe, share. I'm trying to grow my channel. I'm almost at 1,000 followers, and I'm still like hundreds of hours behind being able to be a actual, what's it called? Pro account, right? I still have not gotten there. So help me out. All right.